How's everyone doing? Guess what? Ben's here. Trevor's here. I'm here. My name's Spencer. In case this is the first time you're rolling in. Onimusha 2 part, 7. I want to check out that Complete Unbox channel. Anyway, no Nick, because he's a pleb.
Yeah, he has a child or something he's looking at.
Looking at?
Yeah. Right now, he's like looking at the child and being like, alright.
It's a child.
Don't get into trouble.
I wish it was at LP's, is what he's saying.
He really does.
Because it's an excuse to get sheets, am I right?
I did not go to Sheets.
Yeah, I hear.
In his absence. Out of respect.
That's really nice of you.
And also because I woke up 5 minutes before 8 and I was very concerned that I was going to be late, and only later did I look at my messages and realize that you were not going to be.
Yes. Not only did I have to take George home, which is perfectly fine, but...
Wait, you woke up at like 7:55 p.m.?
From a nap, or just waking up?
It was a nap, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
It's still late for a nap.
you told me that, and I was just like, I just assumed it was 7:55 a.m. You're like, oh, that's early for me. I was like, okay, I get it.
Why would that be a problem then?
I don't
Why
know.
would But
There's people
that is
like
actually close to when I woke up this morning.
there's people like Tyler that are like slept until 2.
I can't do that anymore. Like I was laying in bed for a little bit and I was like, oh, I wish I could just sleep in. And I'm just like trying, and I was just like, I can't sleep in. So I went out for a walk.
So anyway, my epic story goes like this.
Yes.
It's 7:55. No one's been in the store for like 15, 20 minutes. Everything's good to go.
And then
So,
someone comes in.
No, yeah, well, that's kind of the end, but I specifically, it was like 7:58, and I specifically went over, and RJ and George, I was like, hey, I'm such a rebel, I'm closing 2 minutes early.
Woo!
And I go, and I close, and I turn off the computer, and I turn off the lights, and then someone knocks on the door, and it's someone selling a PS4 Pro at like 8 p.m. on a Saturday.
And you just cannot.
I cannot
Exactly
I cannot say no to that. Yeah, exactly. It's like 8:01, and I just can't. Right now, we're so starved for systems that I just can't say no. So I'm just like, okay, and I take it. But like, I had my mask off by that point because we were closed. So I was like, you got to stand outside or whatever, which was fine. I did it. It only took like 7 to 10 minutes, but yeah, I was like, ugh. And it was just the perfect situation where not only was I like, I'm being a rebel and closing 2 minutes early, which was kind of ironic because I like never do. But the one day I want to, someone rolls up at 8 and is like, hey, this PS4 Pro I want to sell, and I'm like, I have to take it. I just have to, and I did. The end.
You should close early more often then, because then you'll get more PS4 Pros.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That is how it works.
There's sometimes people roll up at like the last minute or like 5 minutes beforehand with just boxes and boxes of stuff, and I'm like, dude, unless it's something we really need or something we really want, I'm like, no. One time during the winter, it was a day where we probably shouldn't have been open anyway because there was so much snow. And it was one of those weird days where actually waiting till 8 till close made more sense because the roads would have been a little bit better at that point, you know? Like, they would have had time to, like, I don't know, it just worked out that way. It was like, oh, maybe we should close at 4. It's like, oh, the snow's going to be stopping at, like, 6, so why don't we just stay up until 8? And these people roll in with, like, 4 huge boxes of just garbage. And I'm like, they didn't call ahead of time to, like, see, like, hey, are you guys happen to be open? They just roll in, and it's a bunch of, like,
to offload this garbage.
it's a
right
bunch of,
now.
like, white Xbox 360s and just absolute garbage. Just stuff we would not take on a normal day. And I was like, yeah,
What are
see
you
ya.
doing?
But, like, it was just crazy. It's like they're just rolling around. It's like, yeah, they're probably open till normal time. That's fine. You know, the only reason we stayed open is, like I said, the roads would have been better around close to leave because of the time it was stopping snowing, you know? And I'm just like, dude, I just wanted to, like, go to them and be like, real talk, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what do you expect? You know what I mean? They were fine. They were like, oh, okay. But I'm like, where's your, I don't know. I'm low IQ, but that's like zero IQ move. And that's the end of that story. I hope you all enjoyed my TED talk.
That's so cool.
I am.
So what's going on in this game?
So we're playing as OU, and it's actually basically over, but this room I have to fight a regular minotaur and then a very scary minotaur.
Like a boss one or something.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So this is like.
So.
Oh my god.
This is like the brothers summon.
So this is
in Final
boring.
Fantasy VIII.
But
That was brothers,
the
right?
throwing
Yeah.
knives stun him. Oh, that's why you want to stun him. Can't even get up. Okay. Alright, get this. Alright. Alright, do this.
This boss seems fun.
So this is what I'm doing. Yeah, and you can't block any. Oh, cool. You can't block.
Oh my god.
I'm glad that I saved. You can't block any of his attacks. And he has a lot of health. And oh, he doesn't. do
What?
much
You
damage.
can't block any of those massive axe hits?
You can block the yellow minotaur. exits.
Going back to what Ben said, yes, it's like the brother summon in Final Fantasy VIII. Trevor, Final Fantasy VIII LP 1. I say that knowing it'll never happen, but
Yeah, it's like.
I thought you guys already did that.
no. I did an I actually did FF7 one, but
That's right.
I think I did I did a lot of specific grinding and stuff off screen. So there were some sit downs where it was like 30 minutes because I was just like, okay, the next part's really grind heavy, you know.
Yeah.
But FF8 would be even worse because FF8's so story driven. It would be like, that's why doing long RPGs as LPs is kind of troublesome because it's like you want to showcase the story,
Yeah.
but you don't want to be slapping through all of the dialogue just like whatever because that's like more of a speed run. But at the same point, like you have to constantly be aware of like, how long am I leaving this text box up if people can read it? Am I gonna speak it? Am I gonna speak it out loud? You know, kind of thing.
Yeah, he's got the stun lock.
Yeah, look how much health this guy has.
My God.
Well, he is a big giant minotaur.
This is the sacred flute.
Oh, so if we get to it today, I hope you're ready for the most awkward romance in the world.
By the way, that's what she said.
Would she even say it wasn't
What's
paying
up?
attention?
This is the sacred flute. That's what she said.
Okay. Good one.
Nick!
That
Nick!
doesn't make any sense.
Laugh! Nick! Wait, hold on. My sheets! Ah, Nick's still out there.
This is the sacred recorder. Are those things that you played in like 3rd grade?
Yeah. I actually play one, professionally. It's my side gig, bro.
People do.
I can imagine. I like, one of my favorite YouTube things in 2020 is, watching people being extremely good at something that most people would, like, never care for, like the recorder, you know? Like, yeah, a lot of people are really good at guitar, so if you watch someone shredding, you're like, okay, that's cool, but I've seen that or whatever. But you see someone who's like, yeah, you know those 3rd grade recorders? I became a virtuoso.
So
It's so cool. I'm just saying. So, question of the part. How you doing? No, really. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Put below. Just say how you're feeling right now.
alright, you've just damned this part to it's the worst part now.
Why? I'll comment. I always comment on people's comments unless it's a bot, which
That's a giveaway.
There's a bot that comments on every Pokemon. What you call it?
Comments.
Yeah, it like posts a link to some YouTube video regarding Pokemon. I've never like clicked it.
Yeah, it must just like look at every single Pokemon video and just automatically does it.
That's awful.
Yeah, all I see is it's like the like the shortened YouTube link where you do for like mobile where it's like u.tv or whatever. Anyway, and it's always like
Jube,
comparing Pokemon, blah blah blah.
how's your
It's
wound?
like okay.
Oh, it's fine.
That's
Oh, he's fine now.
Jube, I brought this at your mother's request.
My mother.
Are they in love?
Even in the afterlife, she thinks of you.
Now in this cutscene they weren't. But let me tell you, they get some real development until
You
they
can
get to that
defeat the
point.
demons, and even Nobunaga with it.
Are you?
Use it to avenge
What
your
what
mother.
percentage are you through the game?
This game isn't very long. I think it's going to be this sit down.
Oh wow. Yeah, because when she's talking about, like, defeating Nobunaga, I'm like, oh, okay. Alright, here's a real question on the part. What is the worst romance in any piece of media that you can think of?
That's much better question on the part.
I just wanted to make sure everyone's mental health was okay. That's all I want to do for first. But let's skip that. Comment on that first, but then really comment on this. So, Ben, movies, books, TV, games, any that come to mind?
This is tough.
I mean, so I'll give everyone a softball answer, and I'm actually gonna Google to see if there's any like other ones that come to mind. But the most obvious one is Sonic 2006. It's like it's awful. It's cringe. Even if Sonic, like honestly, even if Sonic wasn't an animal and the girl wasn't a human, it would still be awful. It's just worse because of that.
So hard to come up with an example better than that.
It's
of a worse romance. That is far and away the worst.
I mean, it's truly awful, and like, isn't like the whole game based upon that? Another good example is Anakin and Padme in Episode 2.
Yep.
That's pretty obvious. I'm sure people were thinking that automatically. It's like, assuming George Lucas wrote that, it's like George Lucas was like never had feelings for anyone, or like I don't know, like it's just hard to explain how.
Yeah, it's either that or he was just cashing in on Star Wars and made some movies to make billions of dollars.
Probably that.
Imagine being like George Lucas's wife and seeing like what he comes up with for an on-screen romance, and where you literally dictate what happens. Like it's fully within your control, and that's what he comes up with.
I discovered the truth about Boy.
Yeah, and the biggest problem is that since George Lucas wants to be in control of literally everything, there's no one to criticize him. To be like, maybe you should rewrite this entire
that
script.
way. That's just.
I probably say this once a month, but please do yourself a huge favor and watch the making of documentary of Episode 1. It is the best 45 minutes you can ever spend. It's amazing. Everything about it is, I mean, I know I say this every week, but everything about it is Kino. It's pure Kino. And at the end, where George and everyone watches it, and he just sits there for about 5 minutes and then goes, I think we may have gone too far in a few places. That is like the culmination of life. Trev, they have listed, this is just some random website, has Meryl and Johnny from the Metal Gear Solid series as an awful...
That is, I mean, I know that Ben really likes MGS4, but I hate MGS4. And the Johnny Meryl stuff is very much a part of that.
I do not.
I only played that with you years ago, 10 years ago.
I remember criticizing 4, and I thought you defended it, but maybe it was so long ago that I don't remember.
Well, I don't remember Meryl and Johnny.
Here's one we're going to see at some point. And you guys are going to lose your mind on this game. Carla and Lucas, the main two characters from Indigo Prophecy. Oh my god. Oh my god. That game is such a mess in the second half. And you can... That's the next game I'm doing. Indigo Prophecy. We decided. After Soma, that's the next game. Because that's unbelievable. Hey, look, number 2 on this random thing is Sonic and Princess Elise.
Indigo Prophecy, I remember 2 things. I remember the beginning being good, and then I remember the exact moment where it becomes bad.
Oh god, I'm so excited. Oh, here's one that we actually played recently. I would never have thought of this. Ben, I don't know if you were around for any of these, but Clement, which was the older gentleman, and his mom in House of Dead and Overkill. Remember how that guy was like constantly like in love with his mom? It was awful. I would never think of it to put there, but it really, really, really was.
That sounds awesome.
No, remember House of Dead Overkill?
Oh yeah, right.
The guy who like he like brings his like.
It's like not even a romance.
It doesn't even count. Yeah. Let's see. And I want you in YouTube land to post some more because I am.
Okay. I'm gonna say one.
Do it.
That's going to be like it's just, like I had to search for ones that I typically don't pay much attention to the romances different media.
Okay.
Ginny and Harry in Harry Potter.
I've never finished the movies.
I mean, isn't that like isn't that a case where like Rowling like just kind of put that in at the end because everyone had to be with someone, and it's just like, okay, he's a guy, she's a girl,
that is
and
not,
they're together.
That is not a defense. That is an excuse. He could Harry
right,
could
but
have
I'm saying
just been a bachelor.
But I'm saying, like, she was like, oh, everyone has to couple up at the end. Like, right? Like, I remember reading about that, where, like, that was literally a thing, where she wrote out all this and was like, oh, yeah, he needs a wife.
But I remember that being, like, just, like, felt bad throughout, like, the entire time that, like, it was probably, like, a few books that they were together.
Hey, words, if you want to read this YouTube
and
link,
then
go ahead.
And then, like, whatever the epilogue ended up being, just like, this sucks.
There was another.
Like, I don't even like Harry Potter, but that still felt bad.
Here's a pretty obvious one. As much as I actually like the game, but Squall and Renoa, I mean, awful.
That's the entire plot.
So here's the thing. I think
Here's Jay.
I think the Squall and Renault stuff is bad. However, the Ragnarok part when they're in outer space. And that song, as corny as it is,
Eyes Over You.
It is Kino.
Eyes on Me.
I will say,
so good.
I will say, as stupid as it is, that moment is great.
Like, it is such a. I mean, Ragnarok or whatever it's called. I think it's called Ragnarok.
Yeah.
It's such a cool ship. It's such a cool moment, and it could only exist in Final Fantasy.
That whole scene. Well, out of context, out of the. Even in context, it's super weird. But, like, there's, like, this... I actually think Squall and Rhino is one of the best romances in video games, I'll say. Like...
I mean, that's not, like, a super hard bar to pass. So.
Oh,
yeah, that's why
I will say that, and this can go with everything, every sitcom that lasted more than 4 years, you can find at least one. Like, for instance, like, Ben loves... I mean, I love The Office, too, but Ben really loves The Office, and there's, like, 3 or 4...
I do not like The Office.
What? You've watched it, like, 100 times.
That doesn't mean I like it. Actually, so I stopped...
Every human in America, except for me, has watched The Office 5 times, at least.
I've literally... Even I've watched it twice.
Yeah, so...
Is this...
I stopped... I used to put it on as, like, background noise.
Yeah.
Before I, like, before I developed, like, a deep repertoire of, like, speedruns I would just put on.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's just, like, RPG speedruns that were, like, super cozy. But, yeah. Once I stopped, like, putting The Office on, like, as background noise, I realized, like, I actually don't like this show.
I still like it. But yeah, any sitcom that's more than 3 or 4 seasons always, like, I think in Friends, didn't, like, everyone end up dating everyone kind of thing, like,
yeah,
and it's just like, okay,
because you're friends, it's like whatever.
Yeah, but yeah,
nothing's
literally
gonna get ruined.
Literally
Sure.
every single sitcom of all time is always like that. I'm trying to think of other examples. Like I said, Office has a couple ones. Like, Andy and Angela is bad on purpose, and Andy and everyone is bad.
Yeah, but Jim and Pam are bad.
Yeah, Jim and Pam is not great.
Hey.
Nice.
Big brain moment.
I mean, the only one that was real.
Yeah.
There's only 2 good ones. This is The Office Power Hour, and one is Phyllis and Bob Vance. That one's perfect.
Yes.
And the second one is obviously Michael and Holly. Like, that one's great.
I don't like that.
No?
I think that's when I started to not like Michael as a character.
Okay. Because he was happy?
Yes. No, well, actually, no, I think
yes.
It might sound, like, callous, but, like, Michael being happy is even more annoying than Michael being, like, miserable. And, like, just, like, constantly in conflict. I don't know. I don't really like The Office, so I just don't care.
Hey, Ben, this one is 10 worst fictional couples And number 2 is Harry and Ginny. You did a good job.
Yeah, that was the Google result that I clicked on. Yeah.
You.
There should also be Ted and Robin from How I Met Your Mother, which I'm also unfortunately aware of.
All right, help me out here. So we have to make 34 for everything. So 15 and 14's at the top, so it obviously has to be pretty low numbers on the top.
29. So that would have to be 1 and 4 up there. So let's take a look at which one we put 1 and which one we put 4. So if we put 1 in the upper left, that's 21. Is there a 13? So that's likely 1 there. Now let's just double check 4. 12, 24, is there a 10? Oh, damn, there is as well. Shoot. Okay, so...
Alright, no way to figure it
14, if we put a 4... If we...
Yeah, what goes... Okay.
Alright, so...
Wait, 13, 18...
20.
Okay, 16 in the bottom right.
It's already... Oh, I thought this was... No, yeah, I thought
that
it was
is
not right.
Bottom left.
Yeah, 16 in the bottom right, I'm pretty sure. 14, 18... Yeah, 16 in the bottom right.
No, it wasn't right because it was... this is 20... And then that would be 36, so that's too much.
Huh? I said bottom right. Bottom right.
Okay.
Yep. And then...
and that would be
It's the
27.
hand that doesn't make the L.
So,
yeah, it has to be 1.
okay, and then 4
This
at the top.
Has to be 4.
Yep, and then 13 in the bottom left.
Yeah, has to be that.
And then 16 plus 8 is
19,
24. 10 in the bottom.
Yeah.
And then 7, yeah. Yeet! We did
Spencer's flexing his math major that he actually has.
I do Sudoku sometimes. Because I have no brain.
Yeah, I'm starting to remember this place. This place
Yeah,
is
Sudoku
confusing.
is the thing that you do when you don't have a brain.
Yes.
Alright, so I think I use that key on that machinery. So I have to get past this.
I haven't played any of the games, but I assume any of like the Mass Effects or the Dragon Ages or any of that where you like can get into a romance is also very bad.
It's fine, but since it's so optional and like they can't focus on it, it's really like basic.
Yeah.
So I think it's like inoffensive, but definitely nothing special. And yes, I have all the Mass Effect games other than.
I actually want to play 1 pretty bad.
Oh, crap! I didn't mean to do that. Can I even leave? All right, I guess I'll just.
Can I just say what the best romance or couples in any sort of media is clearly Harley and Joker. I'm joking. But they are meant for each other, even though it's bad.
Oh, I wasn't even at the right thing.
Yeah, so my thing is like, I'm the Joker and my queen is Harley.
Oh, dude, look at that. Do you see that top spinning
My
thing?
God,
so
it's so beautiful.
Alright, so
That's why you want to have pre-rendered backgrounds, Ben. So yeah, that was the question of the part. We won't stick on anymore, but put yours below. Try to beat Sonic and Princess whatever. It's gonna be hard. I'm sure it exists though.
And then this is ooh, it let me actually use it? That's weird.
Doesn't this game normally?
Yeah, it usually makes me do everything.
Are they in love yet?
No. Right now we're focusing on why OU is sketchy. Because Kotaro says so and doesn't elaborate at all.
Ow!
Get wrecked. Nothing personal.
Are you alright, Kotaro? Hang on.
Kotaro? That's really close to Dororo.
This doesn't change anything.
Listen. I'm going to return to Odani Castle.
Okay.
I have 3 daughters.
Yep.
Okay.
I decided to choose them.
Well, that's good.
They do
Goodbye.
You should understand.
they do elaborate more on that later.
Kotaro
If we get to it this time.
How do you know?
I
heard about you.
am your mom. I heard about you.
Your mother was killed because she abandoned you.
I heard about you. Stands
Ran away
with
from the
back to
village.
wall, or with face to wall. I've heard about you.
So you hate women.
Okay.
But did she really
That's a
abandon
pretty thin excuse for just
She
being
must have had a good
huge
reason.
misogynistic.
It's unthinkable that
Just
a mother
does
would
not
abandon her own
trust
child.
any woman
Shut up!
whatsoever.
You don't know anything.
Dang.
Totoro!
Character
I'm
drama.
I'm feeling lots
should kill
of
him.
things.
Oh, I think they're in, words. Here you go, YouTube land.
Oh, recently.
New
Recently,
puzzle.
my
I think
lord.
this puzzle is the easiest though. Okay. It does get harder later, but pretty.
I don't even know what it's. What do you? Oh, it just switches spots.
Yeah, you can't move them more than one space, like a leapfrog sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
And now we're back to Onimusha 1 lands.
Ooh. Is
This game is really, really weird. The more I play it, the more I'm just like, oh, this is such a weird sequel. And then the third game's even weirder.
is Dawn of Dreams good?
I actually never played it past like a single hour. I remember it being like good. Oh god, this is one of those ones that's like.
I'm like
complicated.
so bad at these. I would be no help. Is there any way I can look this up? What are these called?
Called your mum.
Got him!
Dang.
I don't know if you just look up Onimusha 2 puzzles.
Box puzzle solutions fact. Where are you? Why is this
What
format
is it,
so
Gifu
weird?
Castle?
I just got the hammer weapon.
It's Gifu Castle, right?
Honestly, I can probably just skip this. It's probably just either a power
Oh,
drill.
how do you get the puzzle box on the stairs at Gifu's Castle Star Tower?
Hey, there we go.
Yes.
Please, I've never figured out how to do it. And then no one answered.
GameFAQs.com.
Just look up like
whatever.
puzzle. I don't know. Puzzle.
Yeah, the thing is, I found one.
Puzzle box.
I found one, but look how do I make this less poorly, like, do you see?
I'm just gonna give this like another 30 seconds and then I'll move on.
What's this thing called again? Because I can search
Just
it.
like a puzzle box.
No, but where are you?
I don't know.
It was Gifu, I think.
Yep.
Okay, Gifu Castle. In the tower after you descend the ladder from the roof. Okay, so 2A7. Let's do it.
I think I moved it back exactly where it was.
Here. That should be the one. I think so.
2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1.
Oh, wow. We did it, lads. All by ourselves. What are talismans?
Automatic revive.
Oh, so that's actually very nice.
I thought it was. I think there's a lot of boxes coming soon that are just either magic jewels or power jewels, which are nice. I mean, they increase your max HP.
Well, I have this thing open, so...
Oh, I just remembered that. I think I'm going to be loading a save file in, right now.
Isn't it weird that I think I said this last time or maybe 2 sit-downs ago that Onimusha had 5 games to come out on PS2 and then they just completely dropped the series. Like, can anyone else think of an example of a series where they like were on it hard and then all of a sudden they were like, no,
I'm gonna cut the part. Teleport.
see a bit.